It's a no-brainer to position yourself in the right room with the right people. We're not just a magazine. You can be lazy and you're not going to get anywhere. You need to be your own motivator.
And I love AI and technology, and that's all great. It can help us be more efficient, but it's connecting with each other, seeing your eyes, seeing your smile, our energy. We're raising each other's energy.
I always say, if I can get one thing, if I can make one connection or learn one thing, it was worth my time.
Hi, Coach Bob here, host of Viva La Visionary. Very excited to have Terra the Connector here. Terra, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Oh, good. So, as I've been doing podcasts, I've met and I know a lot of great visionaries, and I ask people, like, who should I know? And a couple people like, you got to meet Terra the Connector. So how did you get the name Terra the Connector? And I want to hear a little bit more about your story.
Yeah, so my name is Terra Csotty, but I'm known as Terra the Connector just because I like to connect people. I like to connect people where it makes sense. I own 4 different publications called Real Producers, and I have one in Oakland County, Wayne County, Macomb County, and Grand Rapids.
Right.
So they're all in Michigan. And we've been in the area for 8 years. So one thing we do is connect our advertisers, which we call our preferred partners.
Right.
We connect them with the top real estate agents in the area. So we're always looking to connect people where it makes sense. And I love it because I've been doing this for 8 years.
Right. I
have people that will just text me randomly. In fact, Junia, she's going to be featured in Macomb County Real Producers. She's like, do you know, can you connect me with anyone that has a barn so I can get photos at a barn?
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, I do. So I love making those connections where it makes sense.
So I'm a connector too, but
yes.
What do you get out of connecting? Obviously, I'm going to let you answer. So what do you get out of connecting others?
I mean, it feels good, doesn't it?
No, and that's a great answer.
It feels good to connect people, like just knowing. And I don't like to just connect anyone. I want to make sure if I am going to refer someone that it's someone I would either, work with myself.
Right.
So, I want to make sure they have a good reputation. Your name and your reputation's everything.
Yes, agreed.
Would you agree?
Yes,
yeah.
for sure.
So I really work with my business. I meet a lot of people to potentially advertise with me.
Right.
And I believe if they partner with me, great. If they don't, no big deal.
Right.
Maybe they'll be a partner down the road. I never like to burn bridges.
Right.
Because I've had people that switch companies and then all of a sudden they're calling me to partner.
Right.
Because I didn't burn that bridge.
Right.
And they may also refer me to other people and I may refer them.
Right.
So it just really depends. And I love building the relationships within many different industries. Sometimes I have meetings and I think, this isn't anywhere near a fit. Why am I wasting my time in a sense? But then I take a step back and say, you know what? You never know.
You never know. Right. Right.
So, and you meet with lots of people as well.
Oh, I'm a big connector, but that's why I'm attracted to you and just even for the audience.
Yeah.
And I think you made a great point that sometimes I'm like, okay, I want to talk to that person, but I'm talking to Terra, and then I'm not present. And so it's amazing how often it's like, okay, love the one you're with, and it's amazing that you may or may not refer me or whatever, but you probably know someone else who does.
Right.
And like you said, to me, it's all about relationships.
Yes.
And to me also, community is really the next marketing. Because I can try to sell you, that doesn't usually work. But when someone else says, hey, do you know what Coach Bob does? Or do you know what Terra does? Yeah,
right.
So I know I'm all about connecting, and that's one of the reasons we're here.
Right.
Building a relationship and connecting. So tell me a little bit more about your background. How did you get in the publication business, if that's the right term?
Right. So I'll go back to, let me think here. Oh, okay.
All right.
1:15 p.m. Back in 2000, I started selling Cutco knives.
Of course.
So, if a college kid calls you, give him or her a shot because it really is the best experience.
Right.
And they do amazing training. And I'm actually going to be speaking to a Cutco at a region meeting this summer.
Nice.
And it just teaches you to not be shy, to it's okay to get a no.
Right.
I think that's hard for salespeople in general, is to hear a no.
Right.
And you just move on and you keep making the calls, and then it's a numbers game.
Yep.
So a lot of people, there were some people from Cutco that started the N2 company, which is the publishing company that has real producers. They have neighborhood magazines like Greet and Stroll. Those are the names of some different magazines.
Right.
And they created the N2 company 20 years ago. So there are quite a few Cutco people that are working for the company just because of our background.
Training,
and I would have never got into it if it wasn't for my ex. So he was with the company for about 7 years and did neighborhood magazines. And then he said, there's this new magazine called Real Producers. I want to do it, but I don't like being on camera. I don't want to deal with the events. I just want to meet with clients.
Right.
And I said, okay, well, I was a stay-at-home mom for 8 years.
Okay.
So at that time, I was kind of itching to, have adult conversations.
Right.
When I'd be driving going, the wheels on the bus go round. And I'm like, okay, I need adult interaction.
Right. Yep.
So we joined together and launched the Real Producers 8 years ago in Michigan. We were the first one in Michigan. Real Producers has only been around for 10 years.
Right.
So we launched the first ones in Michigan. A year later, that one was Oakland County. A year later, Wayne County. And then during COVID, that really shifted our business.
Right.
Because for everyone. Right. And I will say, it was a little scary because that was our only income. And we had a shift. We're not just a magazine. We have private events for networking and connecting. We have a community. You talk about community. Yeah. Real Producers is a community. And in real estate, oftentimes a deal comes down to a transaction. So it's so important for these realtors to build relationships. Right. Because the top real estate agents will tell you, oftentimes a deal does come down to that relationship.
Right.
So to be in the right room with the right people, and that's also what our partners love. So we don't just partner with anyone.
Right.
We work off referrals. So when we meet with real estate agents, they refer us to their favorite vendors, whether it's mortgage, title, insurance, home stagers, moving, and then we call them. And I schedule a meeting with them to see if it's a fit. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. My opinion, it's a no-brainer to position yourself in the right room with the right people. We're not just a magazine.
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand branding and marketing. It's keeping your name and face in front of your ideal clients.
Yep.
They see you in the magazine. They meet you at our events. We post about you. They see you on our website profile. Maybe they get referred to you. All those little touches keep you top of mind.
Right.
And that's why you see all these big billboards with lawyers on them or real estate agents in commercials.
Sometimes it's overkill.
It is, but you know who they are. I don't know how many times I've seen that Jumana K. Roots, but I've seen her in all her different hairstyles and makeups, but you remember her because it's just top of mind. So that is one of the biggest things with what we do is we're not just a magazine. But anyways, about a year and a half ago, I took over all of the publications, and it's been great. I was kind of the face of the company anyways, but then I took over, not just managing our team of 10, but also meeting with potential clients and, all the different aspects of running a publication, which is more than what I think a lot of people think.
So you run a community that happens to have a publication.
Exactly.
Right. So
exactly.
That's interesting. Well, and that's what often, and also I've got several things going on in my head, but it's, so whether it's referring or connecting or networking, I think that's all similar, but I love the word refer. So I'm going to refer you to someone, and then, are you referable? And, you talk about, so that's trust And do you get what they do? Because a lot of times,
Right.
like, again, if I was just like, you should meet Terra, she runs a magazine. Okay, well, that's not that's not doing you justice.
Right.
So I'm on a mission right now. That's one of the reasons we're doing the podcast is how can we make ourselves more referable, where you can say, oh, you should meet Coach Bob. What does he do? I don't know, something with visionaries. Okay, well, that doesn't help. So if I can simplify it and then you do know what I do, it's easier for you to connect or refer me.
Exactly.
Right. So that's
Right.
interesting. And then my other thought is I was brought up in business. I sold copiers.
Okay.
So I think that's probably similar to Cutco, by the way. And I actually went to a Cutco meeting.
Yes.
But I was like, okay, do I do this? And yeah, on 8 Mile, I think they were, or wherever they were.
There's lots of offices,
got it.
yeah.
And so, but then I sold copiers for a while, and I was trained just kind of like the movies of Glengarry Glen Ross or Tin Men, you know. And so literally there was a script. And, giving them the pen, and, first one to talk loses. And I don't like memorizing things. And so, it was horrible. And so literally, I've been through therapy, getting out of, I was like a trained assassin that I sold people. But I sold stuff that I don't know if I even believed in. Not that it was bad, but also for a courier company I worked for, they came up with a new service. And so I went to a couple of my great clients, and I'm like, hey, this is going to be great. And then their packages got lost, and my bosses are like, "Yeah, it was a hit or miss kind of thing." I'm like, "I put my name on the line,
right,
here.
Right."
And so I left that company. That was the last company I ever worked for. But anyways, my point is, I was trained kind of old school on how to sell, and so I do not like being sold or selling.
Yeah.
So that's where I like connecting, referring, that kind of thing.
Yes.
So interesting.
But you made a good point. You can't sell something you don't believe in.
Right.
I mean, I love Cutco knives. I do. They have a forever guarantee. I still get excited
awesome.
like I was when I was 20 when I talk about Cutco because I believe in the product so much. And with Real Producers, the same thing. I love the people that are involved with our community. They're the best supporters. I have people that come to every single event.
Right.
And, they show me love. I show them love. We connect them, and I just...
Probably have a little fun.
Of course, yeah. We had an event yesterday with a DJ. We have DJ Todd Everett, who's amazing. And we had breakfast, mimosas, and we had a panel of top producers. And I actually had to change the venue because there was a water main break in Auburn Hills.
Yeah.
And that's where our event was. So literally 24 hours, I found a new venue because of my connections.
Right.
And we got into a place in Ferndale at 215 West, great venue, and they were able to accommodate 140 people.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool to see so many people show up, especially with not to mention construction, traffic,
Moving
the time change, the location change, and it's the community. People come. They're excited about the events, which obviously feels really good. So
and people really, well, not everyone maybe, but people want to help and want to connect.
Yeah.
And I'm a big part of my life. It's humans connecting with humans. And I love AI and technology, and that's all great. It can help us be more efficient, but it's connecting with each other, seeing your eyes, seeing your smile, our energy, we're raising each other's energy. And then we feel good. So when someone says, hey, what about anything about real estate? And be like, if I trust them, I'd be like, you got to talk to Terra because I've got a good feeling. But that's humans connecting with humans.
That's true.
Right.
And you mentioned earlier during COVID, and I will say most of my business is through Zoom.
Right.
Because COVID, we had a switch, and we're now having events over Zoom. We're now going to breakout rooms. I took a training to learn how to facilitate meetings over Zoom.
Right.
But there is still a disconnect when you're over Zoom.
Yep.
I see both sides because
I think it's an and.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not saying we shouldn't do any Zoom because I can now do 8 calls in a day. Before it was 1 or 2 in person between driving and everything else.
Right.
But more often that we can have these one-on-ones and or networking events where we do get a chance just to chat briefly and whatnot. I think it's an and. It's both.
It takes it up a notch.
Right.
The relationship.
So one more thing about the community. So I'm still trying to figure it out. So you have your vendors that are sponsors potentially.
They advertise in the magazine.
Right. And then you have realtors that are the top producers are they in the magazine or you're promoting them or how does that work?
Okay. So for Oakland County, we send out the monthly publication to the top 500 real estate agents in Oakland County, and it's based off volume from the previous year.
Okay.
In Wayne, Macomb, and Grand Rapids, we send the physical publication to the top 300 in the area. And when we feature real estate, we share the stories of different real estate agents. We don't charge them.
Right.
They are nominated and recommended by their peers. And they do go through a process with us to see if it is a good fit, but it's all supported by our preferred partners.
Right.
So we would not have real producers if it wasn't for our advertisers. And we've had people with us for 8 years.
Right.
I mean, Lombardo Homes, they're in Oakland, Wayne, and Macomb for 8 years.
Right.
We have Morse Moving, they're in 5 different magazines for the past 8 years.
Right.
So we have a lot of great supporters. And they understand that sometimes, okay, let me put it this way. The top 500 in Oakland County, when you average out what they sold last year, sold about $15 million per agent. Wow. And again, some sell more, some sell less. Right. This is the average in 35 transactions.
Wow.
So for our partners, if they make just 1 or 2 solid connections.
Right.
And not to mention, I spoke with a title company last week that partnered with us, and I said, listen, if you're not in the room with these people, there's another title company there.
Right. Oh, for
so,
sure. Right.
I mean, it's true, though. Like, it supports this publication for them as well.
Right.
So it's like, it's being in the right room with the right people, but also the other thing that we do is we've really amped up our social media in the past year. And that's really helping with credibility, getting our name out. The people we feature, we post about them. We do a lot of video and capture content at our events.
Right.
And then I started my own podcast too.
Yay.
So
I'm excited to learn more about that.
Yes. Stay tuned.
So your target market is more of the advertisers than the people, because I think of publication, it's the people you're sending it to, but it's really the advertisers or who you're marketing to who help fund the magazine.
Yes, we don't let realtors and brokers cannot advertise.
Got it.
In our magazine. Otherwise, it would just become a recruiting magazine.
Right. No, I love it.
So
it's something different, right?
Yes. So everything we do is free for them, so they love it, and they support us by coming to our events, referring us to their favorite vendors, and yeah.
So what's the target market of your advertisers? I mean, whether it be size of company or what they do or where they're located, obviously in the counties you serve. Probably
right.
would help.
So Oakland, Wayne, Macomb, Kent County, which is Grand Rapids area. Lenders, they're probably our biggest category in each of the publications. And we have anywhere from credit unions like DFCU Financial, Mortgage Center. They work with a lot of credit unions. And then we even have a lot of banks like Chase Bank. And as far as title companies, we have a wide range. In fact, Alliance Title in Michigan, they were a brand new title company when they partnered with us 8 years ago, and they partnered in Oakland County. And they now they've expanded. They're in Oakland, Wayne, and Macomb County. They have some different branches, and it's cool to see. It feels good to see and help people watch their business grow, right?
Help them, right?
Yeah. Right. So it's a pretty cool feeling. And even the realtors, because I've had a lot of real estate agents that get featured as maybe a rising star, someone newer in the business. Next thing you know, they're doing $20 million a year.
Right.
That third party validation just amps up and gives them a lot of extra recognition, and it does help their business.
Yep. Oh, that's awesome. So if there is a potential advertiser out there, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, a few ways.
Yeah.
So my website's terratheconnector.com.
Imagine that.
I do promote on there my podcasts, and I have some future coaching that I'll be doing. So I love helping out our partners with branding, social media, just ways to help grow their businesses.
Right.
You know, in Cutco, I had my own branch office that I started from scratch. I was only 23 years old, had to negotiate a lease, get a phone, hire a receptionist,
right.
do all those little things. And I was just out of college.
Right.
So I love helping businesses with different strategies and ways to help grow their business.
Right.
And the other way you can get a hold of me is MichiganRealProducers.com.
Awesome.
So on MichiganRealProducers.com, it'll take you to all 4 of the publications that I own,
Right.
and all my contact info is right on that website.
Awesome. Great. So when did you, first of all, obviously you're an entrepreneur. Are you a visionary entrepreneur?
I would think so.
I think so too, but I'm asking you.
I have a lot of ideas
Right.
all the time, and it's the execution part that I sometimes struggle with. And I know we've talked about this, and it's the one thing I'm trying to work on is having the right people in the right seats
Yep.
to help me get my vision executed.
Yeah.
So I'm working on a book as well.
Oh, yeah. And what is the book about? And or is there a title yet?
There is. There's even a cover.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's called The Connector's Code. And it's all about how to build relationships, whether it's at events, connecting. It's right down my alley being Terra the Connector.
Right. I love it.
So that I'm hoping to wrap up in the next month or 2 here. I don't want to just put out anything. So it's going to take a few times of review, and I have an editor that'll look it over, and then I'm hoping to have it I'm going to be speaking at an event called Ditch the Heels. And it's hosted by Kim Agami. She's with EXP, and it's September 24th. So I will be speaking at that event. Message me. It's called Ditch the Heels, Wear the Sneakers. So it's really cool because all these women come, and we're just, take a break from those heels and put on your tennis shoes and connect with other women. So if you want info on that, reach out to Terra the Connector.
I love that. So where do you think you get your drive and your energy that has made you successful as a visionary entrepreneur and a connector?
That's a good question. I will say I started working hard at a young age, and I think that has shaped who I am. At 13, I started working bussing tables. Then I went to waitressing. I was a hostess, and I went to college full time, and I had to pay for everything myself.
Right.
So my first car was a $500 85 Buick Skylark Brown.
Nice.
So when my kids, they're like, "Oh, I want a BMW," I said, "You're out of your mind. I'm not doing that.
Right.
So get your butt to work." And I'm working on pushing my kids more to make their own money because I know that is what has helped me be more driven.
Right.
But as far as like all the ideas, maybe I'm a little ADD. I think I've realized that.
Right.
But I just feel like I want to make a mark in this world. So quick little story.
Yeah, please.
Back when I started Cutco in 2000, that fall, we were on our way to a conference in Chicago. There was 5 of us in a Ford Explorer. Do you remember the Firestone tires that would pop?
Well, it's funny. When you said that, that's the first thing that I
First
thought
thing,
of.
right? So we were on the expressway in Chicago, and a car started to get in our lane. So the person that was driving jerked the car. It popped the front tire as we're on the expressway, and you feel the whole car lift up. And we went, we rolled like 3 times and then landed facing oncoming traffic.
Whoa.
So like one car, if one car would have hit us, we would have been dead.
Right.
They were actually giving me crap the whole time because I was the only one in the back seat wearing my seatbelt.
So where?
I said, I don't know. I feel
Important
better.
safety tip. Wear your seatbelt.
Yes, wear your seatbelt.
Right.
You never know. Yeah. And the 2 girls in the front, they flew out the windows. Everyone lived. But I remember this. I was on my way to a Cutco conference. So I remember when we walked in, my boss at the time, she's like, "Terra, they're calling your name for an award. Get up there." And I'm walking, I'm still in a fog because we just got in this rollover. And I remember walking on stage going, you know what? I could have died and no one knows who I am. And I don't know, that just, from then on, I was one of the top female sales reps in Cutco. I'm on their wall of fame. And I just kind of wanted to make a name for myself.
Right.
My parents are obviously proud, but I'm proud of myself.
Right.
Because everything you do, you can be lazy and you're not going to get anywhere. You need to be your own motivator.
Right.
That's it right there. You need to be your own motivator because, and there's other obviously people that can help you, but you have to really find what you're motivated and driven to do. Like right now, it's my motivation is I see how proud my kids are of me. I have 3 kids. I have twin boys that are 16 and my daughter's 14.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you. And they see me work hard. They see my videos. It's funny.
They see your energy.
They see my energy. Right. And I'm still present for them. They're my number one priority.
Right.
But I want them to see that you can be successful, still be present, and have a nice life.
Right.
So they're my motivation right now.
I love that. Well, and you're living what it sounds like, and I get a whole life. A lot of us visionaries are so driven and are not always internally driven and internally proud. So I don't know if you ever heard of the book Driven by Dr. Doug Brackman. That's pretty big in the EOS world. And he's a psychologist. So there's about 8% of us that are wired differently. And, and biologically, we have different makeup, which I have a feeling you're driven as well. But one of the things that drives us is imposter syndrome, which I don't hear that from you, by the way, where imposter syndrome is, I want you to like me. I want you to hire me. Your house is bigger than mine, and it's like, okay, comparing is just not the answer.
No.
So congratulations that you're driven by yourself. And I mean, like, to me, I want to be a hero to my kids. I don't care about it for anyone else.
Oh, yeah,
so
no.
Good for you.
I don't really. Awesome. I have my house for now. I would love to have a house smaller.
Yeah, all right.
But when you look on the market, there's not much out there.
Right.
So I'm fine staying where I'm at. But no, I'm not into high valued things. No, I have a Kia. I don't have my kids. See, with social media nowadays, that's all they see are these high end. It's
I'll
actually
be happy
so
when I
smart.
get that product or
they're like, oh, we need this. Everyone so and so has this. I'm like, we don't need anything.
Right.
You want it? Start saving your money. My daughter's 14, and guess what she wants? A Bronco. That's all she talks about. I said, okay, but I'm not buying that. You can start working now. You're 14. Start working. You have 2 summers.
Right.
So they need to. It's just the social media. It's smart.
Well, and my book is Unscatter the Chatter.
Oh, okay.
And it's all the chatter coming from the outside that as soon as you have this, or what about that, or you're missing this, and then it's the chatter in here.
Right.
And most of it's not positive. And so my whole thing, and I'm client number 1, by the way, on learning to unscatter that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I was taught to sell, and it was all about who was the number 1 salesperson and the money you had. And even literally, and this is in my book as well, when I walked into my dream house, when it was finally all done, I was sad because I thought, okay, as soon as I get this, then I'm going to be happy.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, okay, there's more to life. And that's when I met my wife and started tapping into spirit and something greater, and then being happy with myself rather than being happy when you told me I was great or I made X amount of money.
Right.
So congratulations. You're an inspiration.
Well, thank you.
So what have you learned as a parent that has helped you either in life or life lessons, or even maybe helped you in business?
Patience. Yeah. That's, it's easy to get frustrated. I would say more when they're little.
Right.
Because they can't always control, how they're feeling or crying. Their emotions are all over. So I was grateful to be able to stay home with them for 8 years because that was my job. My kids and my husband at the time, that was my job. And I had twins, and I wasn't I nursed them at the same time. I said, I'm not nursing one then the other. We're doing it together.
Right.
I was determined.
We are family, right?
Yeah, I was determined. So I would say, yeah, definitely patience, and also just realizing, I mean, there are times where I'm just working away and I'm such in a zone, and it's like, Ma, I have to like close my computer,
Right.
and remember, first off, they're not going to be little forever.
Nope.
And like, I need
fast.
to, someone told me this when I was when the kids were really little, enjoy every moment.
Right.
You're going to wish they were older. You're going to hate many days and cry, but just remember they grow up so fast. And that really stuck in my head. And I really made sure to try to appreciate those moments. Like, oh man, my kids, when they stopped coming in my bed, like, and they never slept in my room at night,
Right.
but we would cuddle and watch a movie or a show. The moment they stopped doing that, I just knew. I was like, no, it's over.
Right.
So that just kind of broke my heart. So now it's like just trying to get a hug that they're teenagers and just enjoy all those little moments, because it does. You can work. I always say, you know, if I can't, I don't want to miss anything of my kids, because guess what? They're almost 18 and they're going to have their own lives. And then what? I can work another 20 years.
Right.
So there's always,
right?
you can always, I'll have a lot of work I can
Right.
do. So it's just kind of getting your priorities
Love it.
straight.
So how would you define success?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think it's a different definition for everybody.
Totally agree.
And I mean, that to me, that's the biggest thing. It's different. The definition is different for everybody. For me, it's just, I mean, I would say being proud of what you do. To me, it's not about the money. It's not about, it's doing whatever you do, whatever you're proud of. And that's a hard one, Bob. I'm kidding. I'm stumbling.
I have a couple more hard ones.
I'm stumbling. I mean, it sounds like, oh, it's simple, but it's not.
I think you know what it is for you, and because I hear it. So thank you. And I coach people.
Oh, okay. So tell me, what does success mean to you?
Well, it's different for everyone, and it changes. And so for me, it was having a solid marriage and raising our kids for 25 years. And now,
Congrats.
Thank you. And now my daughter is 9 hours north, and my son is 9 hours east, and they're both doing so well, and we're so proud. But we have a void now. And so now success is with my wife. You know, I mean, we had a really good marriage, but we were very focused on our kids. And I did sacrifice some business success because, I mean, at first, before kids, it was all about 10 million in the bank, you know, and selling your business. And I was very driven for that.
Okay.
And I think there's still a lot in there going, you're not successful. And then when I breathe and say, okay, well, to me, and a lot of people say I'm very successful, and I'm like, well, my net worth compared to yours isn't anything. But my marriage is amazing. My kids are amazing. I'm fairly healthy. You know, so it shifts. You know, so now success is slowing down and making the most out of time.
Right.
And not, because I've been rushing a lot of my life, and especially with raising the kids. So it differs for everyone, and it's around what matters most, and it changes, and being focused on those things, because we can't be focused on everything.
Right. And, you know, that's interesting, too, because I've met some people that work so much.
Yep.
And I'm like, what are you working for?
Right.
Like, why are you doing this to yourself? Because
there's a voice in their head saying that they have to, and it's all about money.
And then they're going to drop dead. Let's be serious.
I agree.
How many people have died way before they retire, and they didn't get to enjoy anything?
Right.
Because they were working their tail off. So this year, actually, I went on a vacation, not a vacation, but, well, yeah, a few vacations, but once a month. In January, I had a work conference. So to me, that was like a mini vacation. Right. February, I went to Florida. March, I went to Florida. And I'm like, I think it like re-energizes me.
For sure.
And it's just a short time, but whatever it is, I'm like, and those are the memories that, like, I went with my kids for spring break.
That's awesome.
And those memories you'll have forever.
Yep.
And whatever the cost was, and they'll have forever. Right. It's like, you know, whatever the cost was, the memories they'll have, and we'll have forever.
Right.
So I was not able to travel this month, but I have a conference in June. So I look at that as like a little mini vacation getting out of here.
Right. I love it. Well, and what you're describing also, and I think who you are and success, what I'm hearing for you is you love what you're doing.
Oh, yes.
So, I mean, it's like if you would do it for free and do it, maybe forever, maybe not 24/7, but it's like, if you love it, that's success. Because a lot of people don't have that. And I want to be careful that it's not like, oh, they're not happy or they're not successful. It's different. If they're making money and working hard, more power to them, and that might make them happy.
Right.
For me, it is being there for my kids and memories and with my wife and whatnot. So, I think, and it really seems like you're happy doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I love what I do, and I also am excited to do other things as well.
Right.
I have a great team, and looking to add 1 or 2 solid people to my team. So if you'd like to hear more, message me, Terra the Connector. And
it's easy to remember.
I don't even know the whole book thing. It was just someone I know wrote a book, and I'm like, if they could write a book, I could write a book.
Right.
And it's me being more creative, which I don't do often. I mean, maybe, but I'm excited for the future and just continue to expand.
I love it. All right, so one more fun, easy question. Why are you on this planet, and how do you want to be remembered?
I really feel I'm on this planet. I'm a mother. My children, I mean, obviously they wouldn't be here without me, right? So I'm so grateful for that I have them in my life, and I have a really strong bond and connection with my family as well. And I feel like we have such a tight family. I feel really blessed about that.
Yeah.
And we all live pretty close together. So just appreciating your family and what you got.
Yep.
What was your other question?
I'll let your legacy. So one of the exercises I put my clients through is if you were to pass away, and this is a morbid thing, but how would you be remembered? And then the second is, how do you want to be remembered? And when I first went through that exercise, I thought at that time it would be, okay, he was funny, he's pretty successful, he makes people laugh. Okay, great. But I'm like, I wanted more.
Yeah.
And so as I thought about that, and it's a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about, is that I'm there for people, I follow up, I'm present.
Yeah.
I do things maybe not even to get it in return, but it's about paying it forward. A great father, great husband. And as I've reframed that, it's like I'm already living my legacy.
Right.
And again, I'm very driven, and this thing is like, you got to do more. It's just like, okay, take a break. And so it's been a great exercise for me. And I go to the mountain 3 or 4 times a year, and it's just a getaway. I'm up in the mountains, energy, God, sky, everything, great discussions. And about 2 months ago, I went, and I had a very cathartic experience where I was like almost 20 years old and said, okay, what is success? And I'm already living it. And I don't have hundreds of millions in the bank, because that's what I used to think was success.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, now this is bonus time. That I love being with my wife. We have a lot of freedom coming up. My son plays baseball in college.
Awesome.
He sat out this year. He threw from the mound yesterday for the first time. He had surgery last July. So we get to watch him the next 3 years. So to me, success is going to be that we get to go to a lot of these games.
Right.
And to have that freedom. So that's why I work pretty hard, that I can then have that freedom.
Exactly.
So one of my things is to live your legacy today. So
I love that.
How do we extend our lives? It's not, well, as soon as I have $1 million in the bank, it's why not live that way now?
Right.
And it's not about spend all your money necessarily, but if something really matters, why not do it now?
Right.
And, almost like act successful if it really matters. It's just amazing how it works. And when I'm at a higher vibration out of love and peace, it all works. When I'm in fear and afraid, then in scarcity, it just doesn't work.
That's true.
So I don't know if that makes any sense to you.
Yeah, I always just feel like one thing probably my weakest is actually the numbers. because I'm just driven and I work and I'm just like, it's all going to work out.
Right.
And I just have peace with it.
Yep.
So.
And if you're providing value and impact,
I just feel like, yeah,
right?
I don't know. But you never know when your time is going to go. So that's on my mind a lot because, you know, you have one life to live.
Right.
I'm 45. How do I want to live my next 20 years of life?
Right.
20 years. It could be longer. It could be shorter.
Yep.
But that's how I think. Like, what? I don't know. I'm a kind person. I love helping people. And I would say I'm authentic.
You are?
And I would love to connect with more people out there. So,
so you're living your legacy now.
Yes.
You are. Right. And the rest of that doesn't mean you just sit with it, but you keep doing it more, and there might be different things adding to it. So I applaud you for that. I have one more question, but do you have any questions for me or any other comments or lesson learned for other entrepreneurs, visionaries out there?
Ooh. I first want to know where you got that shirt because I really like it. It just makes me feel happy like I'm on a vacation.
Half of my wardrobe is Tommy Bahama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Tommy Bahama, you better sponsor this
There
episode.
You go. All right, I like that. No, I'm known for wearing either Hawaiian shirts or jerseys. So
Okay.
that's 80% of my wardrobe.
All right.
And I've had people who are very successful that say, you know, if you dress more professional, you might get more clients. I'm like, but those are probably the clients that I don't want. You know, and I love being me.
This
and
is your
being
brand.
Expressive. Right, exactly.
It's you.
Right. And
It's
I'm
you.
very proud of that.
Yeah,
Right.
you should be.
So any other questions? Words of wisdom?
Um,
No pressure.
Yeah. I think for anyone just looking to grow, just always be learning. Like learn from others. I love going to events because I always say if I can get one thing, if I can make one connection or learn one thing, it was worth my time.
Right.
And I've seen and I've used and seen things from events that have really impacted my life. So just, you know, if you're looking to grow at whatever business industry you're in, just continue to learn.
Love it. Very cool. Well, my last question, this podcast is called Viva La Visionary. What does that mean to you? Or when you hear that, does that mean anything, strike anything?
Yeah, I think of Ricky Martin. Viva la vida. Just kidding. Well, being a visionary, I love that it's open-minded, creative.
Right.
Those are some words that speak to me when you hear Viva la Visionary.
Right.
And I appreciate you having me on your podcast.
Awesome. Well, thank you
Yeah,
for being here.
this is very nice.
I appreciate it. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we will be connecting more and more soon.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace.